Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking about swatching, playing with, and doing two looks with the new Nomad Fairy Tale Europe palette. Look at this cover. Just look at how pretty this is. It's just dainty, and I don't know, it's like I have cute aggression towards it. Like I just want to kiss it and bite it. This palette will be coming out on Tuesday, March 11th, right around midnight Eastern Standard Time. The price is going to be $59, and this is not limited edition. You can always use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save yourself some money on this, but let's dive into this. I have some thoughts that I want to talk about right off the bat. You can tell I've already done my first look, and we're going to show how to do this look, but I want to talk about some things first. Very first things first, they always put in a postcard with all of their palettes because they like to donate money to a cause that is relevant to the palette, okay? But this time they went hard, okay? There is an entire fairy tale, like a book fairy tale by Nomad Cosmetics. It is called The Princess and Her Kingdom. I don't want to spoil this for you, but I encourage you to read all of it. It is adorable, and it's going to have you just like putting your hand just ever so gently on your heart, your face, like it's gonna have you doing one of those. But the one that I do want to actually point out is that the cause is we are proud to support UNESCO World Heritage Center that helps preserve heritage sites around the world, like the inspiring European castles. So I always love that they do that. Also, I love that they have like reviews on the back, like, oh, 5 stars, 6 light to deep mattes, 9 belle of the ball shimmers, and 3 magical multi-chromes, etc., etc. Let's take a look at the packaging for this palette, okay? First, the box is so like shifty and beautiful and multi-chrome and just it catches the light beautifully, but the outside of this palette, this is going to be very difficult for you to see on camera, but we do have the castle here, other than some little spots, is matte, and it is also raised. Like, look, see how my finger stops there? It's raised on the packaging, okay? And there you go, you can see it there. And the packaging on the background is still that like shifty, beautiful, beautiful, like holographic packaging. It is so pretty. And it just looks so magical. But I have to tell you why this cover like really touches me in my heart cavity. Guys, I'll admit that I have been overseas once in my life. I have been overseas once, and it was in 2001. That's how long ago it was, okay? My girlfriend and I went to Germany, and we went there for a music festival and everything like that. But one of the things that we did while we were there is to visit the Schloss, the castle Neuschwanstein. This is Neuschwanstein. So Neuschwanstein is the castle that like Cinderella's castle was based off of. Like this, the castle that's in Disney World and the castle that was actually in the movie Cinderella was based off of this castle. It is in the Black Forest. It is so stunning. And guess what, guys? I'm going to put a picture right here of me and my girlfriend standing on the bridge overlooking Neuschwanstein. It was so beautiful. And the reason this camera is like footage is so grainy is because it was 2001, okay? I think I might have had a disposable camera. Maybe it was actually a digital camera. I doubt it though. I think it was probably just a film camera. So it was blurry. We had one shot to get it right. But yeah, this definitely holds a special place in my heart. But now let's look inside. So as the postcard says, we have 6 light to deep mattes, 9 belle of the ball shimmers, and 3 magical multi-chromes. What's interesting about this is that all of the mattes are very, very neutral, and they have a cool tone to them. So they do go from very light to very deep, like it's almost barely beige, I guess, and then a deep, almost black color. And we have no colorful mattes in this palette. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because the thing is, what am I going to use more? These are what I'm going to use more in my life, if I'm being honest. Like, I can see myself hitting pan on these before I would ever hit pan on like a deep matte blue or a deep matte purple or things like that. But I feel like, I guess I wish there was at least one colorful matte in here, but I don't think you could just do one. Now, that being said, I had no trouble creating a look with just neutral mattes and a bright shimmery lid. So I admit that I think that I might be coming around to this idea of just neutral mattes in this palette. You know what I mean? I think it's a unique take on things, and I think that it will make this palette more user-friendly to a lot of people. But the shimmers are where it's really at. When I did the swatches, I was of course impressed with how beautiful these all were. These shimmers have a lot of sparkle to them, like so much sparkly goodness. Whenever you hit the light, the sparkles really jump out at you. But yet, I will say, spoiler alert, when I did this look, I did not have a lot of fallout at all. I had barely any, and I was able to wipe it away with like a fluffy brush. So that surprised me because these are so shimmery that I really thought it would be everywhere, even though I used my NYX glitter glue. No, I'll spoil that for you and tell you now it was not like that. So I was very happy, but these are just so pretty, and it is a fairy tale. Like, this feels like a fairy tale. But one thing that I did want to point out, while they are by no means even really similar, I did want to compare the new Fairy Tale Europe palette to Royal Europe. And the reason being because I feel like this palette is where they came into their own with shimmers, right? So I just want to show you side-by-side swatches of these two so you can see how different they look, because I feel like some people might think they're very similar. Royal Europe has more mattes than shimmers, okay? This one has 10 mattes and 5 shimmers, whereas this one has 6 mattes and the rest are shimmer. But nonetheless, I did want to show you those swatches just so you could see if you were considering between the two. But anyway, I've jabbered on long enough. Let's look at this look. I'm going to show you how I got this one, and then we will jump into another look right after that. Oh, I love this. All right, hello. We are going to do my very first look with this palette, and I'm so excited to do it. And I think what I've decided, so the bottom row is obviously the only mattes in the palette, and they are all neutrals. So I'm going to go in probably with like these 4 mattes at least, maybe even this one, just to create kind of a nice gradient in the crease, a nice blended out look. And I think for the lid, I want to use these 2 colors. So Prince Charming is a sort of greenish yellow shift. It's a very light green though, like almost borderline minty lime. And then I want to use Wicked Fairy, which is this beautiful purple color. And I think I want to do purple and green together and see how that looks. I'm probably going to pop like maybe Snow White on the inner corner or something like that, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. Also, I just have to say, I just filmed this base makeup for a like a short, a reel, things like that. I really like the way this looks. Like, I love this. Like, I used I used all Salt New York stuff, but like this blush, I forgot how good this is. This is their new mood lighting stuff, and I used this shade, which is like the medium one. It's so freaking pretty. I already have my eyes primed with my Sigma eyeshadow base in Ignite, and I'm going to go in with this color first, which I believe is pronounced Craig Avar Castle. Forget the pronunciation. It is just kind of a light, not quite a medium tone, but it is just a light brown. And I want to take this gently in the crease, because I do want to use a bunch of these colors so I can kind of build this up a bit. That to me is like a perfect color. This is such a good color for me to have in any palette. And I remember like opening this palette first and thinking like, why are there no colorful mattes? There's no colorful mattes. I'm going to be so bummed. But like this kind of color, I feel like you can use with any look. This is ever so slightly cool toned. I am bringing this up quite high. I am going to blend this down more though. But this is the kind of color that, like, I feel like you can maybe even barely see it, but this would be a one and done color for me, possibly. Like, I could put this all over the lid and feel just a bit more put together. But if we're being honest, you're not buying this palette because you love neutral browns. You're buying it for all those wonderful, gorgeous sparkles. So I'm really, really curious to dig into that, but yeah. The next color I want to go into is Chateau de Chambord, and this is just a little bit deeper, not much. I want to see if you can even see the difference. I'm going to put this one deeper in the crease. Oh yeah, you can see that. You can definitely see that. I feel like it just helps to define the crease more. By the way, if any light comes bursting across my face all of a sudden, Piper is really mad that the curtains are closed right now, which I always do whenever I'm filming. So he keeps trying to open them, and the sun is right there. That's a nice gradient. These mattes are playing well together. I didn't really think any different of that because this is Nomad quality and Nomad's going to be that way. Where is my E08? I've been using my Singe E08 brush way more than I thought I was going to. So the next color I'm going to dip into is the one that I do know how to pronounce, and it's Neuschwanstein, and this is the castle in Germany that I went to when I went to Germany. So I don't know. Anyway, it has a very special place in my heart. So this color better not let me down. But this is going to go deeper in the crease. And I'm being very gentle with this. I only took a very little bit on my brush, and it's also going the outer edge. Yeah, you can see, like, I'm going to blend that out. Don't worry. But I just wanted to get that on the eye first, and then we can blend it out. I'm not really worried if it goes on the lid. I just want this to be in the crease. That's actually a little messier, my fault, than I thought it was going to be. This color is pretty intense, so a little bit goes a long way. So what I'm going to do is go back and forth with Chateau de Chambord and the other color just to get that blended out. This is a pretty color though, actually. Neuschwanstein has that like cool toned touch to it, so I feel like it's making kind of a vibe. Before I go into the other stuff, I want to go into Alcazar de Segovia. Alcazar de Segovia. This is a matte color, and it is the lightest one in the palette. And I just want to use this almost like as a brow bone highlight, but also to take that color down just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, that's a good highlight color. Wouldn't it be funny if I didn't use any of the stunning shimmers in this palette and I was like, here's my neutral brown look? We're going to stop there from now. I have a feeling I may want to touch up more of those colors, but I am going to take a bit of my NYX glitter glue and I'm going to do one lid at a time because I want to start with that green on the inner corner. And I keep calling it green. I'm hoping it doesn't turn out yellow on my lid because it has this gorgeous, gorgeous like lime shift that I really, really want to show up. So I'm just going to take a flat brush, and again, I'm going into Prince Charming, which is that stunning color. I'm going to try with a brush first. And this I want to just press. Oh, wow. Ooh, yeah, you can see the green, but I feel like you can also see like gold in there. Oh, that's really... Are there like rainbows in here? This is, okay, this is way more intense than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be just like a subtle shimmer. There is nothing subtle about that. That is so pretty. Oh no, that's the kind of color I could just wear all over the lid and stop. Look at it. So I'm going to flip over the brush while this is still tacky, and I'm going into Wicked Fairy, which is that purple. Oh, that picked up a whole lot. And I'm going to blend these two together. Don't worry, but like I want to just go for this purple and green. I guess I'm the Joker today. I always love purples and greens together though. This is so pretty. And I'm just going to go and keep flipping the brush back and forth to blend those two together. That's a really cool look. Eee! I like this purple. I'm going to overlap the purple a little bit more because I don't want the green taking over. I just want that to be like the hint. There we go. I do have a touch of fallout. Let's see. Yeah, that wiped it away very easily. No big deal. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. These shimmers are like really shifty, and those two opposing colors actually blended quite well together, so I'm happy about that. Let me do the other eye. Again, going in with NYX glitter glue, making sure it's nice and sticky before going in first with Prince Charming. I love this color so much. Oh my god, I love this. I love it. I love it. It is just like the perfect gold with a hint of green. It's like not too much. Oh, it's beautiful. And then Wicked Fairy going on kind of the outer 2/3 of the lid. Oh, I really, really like that. Ooh, I do like that. Now I am going to move on under the eyes in a minute, but I want to take some of Snow White. I'm wondering if I'd be better off just using a pinky finger. Let's try that actually instead of a brush. This is, oh my god, the prettiest like multi-chrome, like white to pink to green. So let's pop this right. I'm still holding this brush so firmly. Oh, that pulled really pink. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I am actually going to go in with the brush though, because it's a little more precise and I want to pack that color on. I actually like that pop of pink a lot. Also like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I really, really like this. I like that a lot. And also like how shifty the eyes are when I turn one way or the other. That's so cool. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to take a tiny bit of, I don't know if it's Chillon or Killon, maybe Castle, which is this dark, almost pitch black color. I'm going to tap off as much of this as I possibly can. It's like barely on the brush. I just want to deepen this outer edge a little bit. Since we don't have any matte colors that are like, you know, a matte purple or anything like that, I just want like a little more definition so it's not just only sparkle. There we go. There we go. And it almost looks like a deeper purple. You know what I mean? It almost looks like a deeper purple. I think that's like the touch that's helping this. Oh, I'm liking this. I really do. I feel like I should put some other color under the eyes and like, Oh, what is my soul telling me? Blue? Should I put this under? Let's try putting Snow Queen under the eyes. And I'm not going to do this heavily. I'm actually going to take the same pencil brush and I'm taking a tiny bit and tapping it off. I just kind of want this pressed into my lashes. I don't want this to be like very far down. I just almost want it to add some like just a little bit of sparkle down there. Let's see. Do you see that I got it directly on my eyeball? That's hot. In both eyes. Oh. I am liking this. It feels very soft, but these shimmers are so sparkly, like they are catching the light like crazy. So I'm really liking this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off camera. I'm going to finish up the eyes, put something on my lips, and I'll be right back. All right, here is the result of my first time playing with the Nomad Fairy Tale Europe palette. I really like this look. I'll admit, this is a lot softer of a look than I was expecting. I don't know why I was expecting this to be like super bold, but these shimmers are very, very intense while still being soft, which is really cool because I feel like Royal Europe might have intimidated some people, right? Because those shimmers were all bold, in your face, very dramatic. I feel like this is the softer like cousin of that palette and it's so pretty. I keep staring at it and I'm like, I love the pink on the inner corner so much. I think the blue underneath really pulled a lot of it together. Also on my waterline, I used Kaleidos Tourmaline. I feel like this pulled it all together. I'm really happy with this look. I feel very like pretty in this. I feel like it's a very pretty look. So overall, like really, really enjoying playing with this. And now let's go to the second look. Okay, it's time for look number 2. And here's the thing. Yesterday is when I did the first look, okay? And that look turned out super soft and pretty, and I really liked it, actually. A lot of times, I'll be honest, sometimes I put on makeup for these videos, and I'll take them off afterwards because if I'm filming at night or something like that, I want to take it off. But that one, I left on all day, and I just felt so freaking cute. Anyway, what I want to do though is I want to see if I can test the limits of this palette a little bit, and I want to go deep and dark and just like more intense. So what I'm planning on doing is taking a black base. I'm going to use my Melt Gel Liner, and then I am going to pack some of these shimmers on top of the black base, but I want you to still see the black in the crease, and I want there to be like a wing. I want to see how dramatic we are able to make this palette, and I'm going to try to use the shadows wet this time rather than using them just with the NYX glitter glue. So the very first thing I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to take my gel liner. This is Melt Onyx, and I'm going to not be able to talk much while I'm doing this, but you'll be able to see. My goal is that I want to make just like a wing, and I want to fill in my whole eyelid with this, and it's going to be intense at first, so just bear with me. I can't decide if I want to leave it just as like a really, really thick wing, or if I want to fill in the whole lid. No, I want to fill in the whole lid. I don't know what this point is. I swear that's always the part that takes the longest, and it's looking a little crazy right now, but this is definitely a trust the process kind of look. So which sparkles do we want to use? You know what? I feel like I want to use this multi-chrome. So this is Sleeping Beauty. It has these beautiful like rainbow shimmers in it. I'm going to use Sleeping Beauty on a lot of the lid, and then I believe I'm going to use Magic Spell, which is this deep dark, it's like green black. How can I show you? There you go. I mean, like it has a little tinge of green to it, but let's go ahead and start with Sleeping Beauty. I want that all over the lid, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. This is my Sigma E54. I'm going to pick it up on the brush first. This is definitely a more emollient shade for sure. Like it almost looks creamy on the brush without even spraying it. But this first, I don't want to move anything underneath. So I'm going to tap this on top and see how intense we can get that shimmer to show up. Yeah, I think we can get it pretty intense. Oh my goodness. Do you see how pretty this is? And it picks up the light in such a way. It's gorgeous. See, I am so in love with a black base. I always have been. Like, I feel like it just kind of transforms whatever color you're putting on top of it, and it makes it really dramatic. Oh my gosh, do I want to do the dark on the outside? I feel like I want to do a color in between though. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I know I used it briefly yesterday, but I want to go back into Snow Queen, which is that very deep dark blue. And I'm just going to take a little bit on that brush that's already wet. And this is just going to go right in the center. See, what's also cool is that you can absolutely see more differences on a black base too. Like, look at that. You can see it shift from that like whitish purple to that blue. That is so pretty. And finally, I'm going to take this kind of flat, stiff brush. And again, I'm dipping into Magic Spell, which is that silvery green color. And I'm going to put this on the brush. This is also picking up very emollient. So I'm going to spray that. And I'm going to do the wing with this color. I'm probably going to put on the very end of the wing some matte black. But for now, I think I'm going to put the sparkle color all over that. This is another one where I can't really talk while I'm doing it. I hope you're able to see this color. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. It's just like, it almost looks like a black sparkle, but in the right light, you can definitely see that it has that like touch of green to it. It is gorgeous. I'm kind of glad that they didn't just do like a plain black sparkle, because I feel like that's been done, whereas this is more unique. Okay, I hope I don't ruin the look. I hope, but I'm going to take this very, very flat, dense brush, and I'm dipping into the black. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace kind of the outer edge of this, because I still want to be able to see that black. Oh, I hope this doesn't ruin it. I'm going to take a very little bit. Yeah, that doesn't do like a ton, but it does enough just to get that to stand out, and I feel like it makes it look more graphic. This would look so good on somebody who didn't have hooded eyes as well. I think that is super, super fun. Ooh, I like it. I'm going to take that brush that has the black on it and just run the leftover just on kind of the outer third of my lower lash line. Is it missing something? You know what I want to do? Let's try it. I want to take First Kiss. This is a very, very light, very shimmery pink. And I'm just going to use my finger. I'm taking a tiny, tiny bit. I'm tapping it in the product. And I want to put this right in the center here. Just for like a little something, something right in the center of my lid. Can you even see it? Oh yeah, I feel like when you turn, it just catches the light nicely. But it's not like blast in your face pink or anything like that. It just adds like a nice little something something there. All right, I'm going to hop off camera, finish my eyes, put something on my lips, and then we will be back to talk about my first impressions on the Nomad Fairy Tale Europe palette. All right, here's the final look. I did decide to go with a deeper lip. Of course, you could go with a nude lip. You could go with whatever you want, but I used Fury from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is one of the menacing metals. It's so funny. A real quick aside here. Fury is the color I definitely thought I would use the least, and it's the color I've used the most. I love Ember. Ember is the orangey one, but this one, just like, I've used it so much. So let's talk about my first thoughts about the Fairy Tale Europe palette. I think this is so pretty, and I think that this is going to appeal to so many people because of these neutral mattes at the bottom. Again, I feel like sometimes jewel tone mattes or like vibrant mattes can be really intimidating to a lot of people, whereas these, I feel like it makes it more user-friendly, where you could do an everyday just like pop of shimmer or something like that with these neutral colors. So I really do think that this is kind of a user-friendly bright palette, and I think it's really cool in that way. Now, if I was ranking my palettes right now from Nomad, is this one number one? For me, it's not, because I have a tendency to like a bit of a deeper color story. Ghost Town is still my favorite. It is going to be for quite some time. It is a deep, dark, like gray, dingy color story. This, though, is so pretty, and look at how the shimmers behave when you put it on a black base. I really, really like it. I think they are so shifty, and I think that a black base is where you can get these to be vibrant as hell. Whereas if you want a softer look, you can do what I did in like the first look and just pat it over a nude lid, or, you know, just over some glitter glue. I think it is very versatile, which I think is really cool about a palette, because there are some palettes where it's instantly bright, instantly vibrant, and you can't really take that down a lot. This one gives you room to play. Out of the two looks, which is my favorite? Guys, it's this one. I like how bold this one is. I feel very like kind of badass in it. I feel like I don't know, like maybe an evil villain in some way. but the evil villain who likes rhinestones and sparkles. Again, this palette does come out Tuesday, March 11th, right around 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Retails for $59. It is not limited edition, and you can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save yourself some money. Also, if you do choose to use that code, that is an affiliate code, meaning that I get a tiny little kickback each time you guys use it. So if you choose to use my code over the many other codes that are out there, please know it means so much to me, and I am so incredibly thankful for you. But that's it. Let me know what you think. Are you thinking of picking up the palette? What do you think? Did you like look 1 better or look 2 better? I'm very much in the look 2 camp right now. If you like this video, please take a second and give it a thumbs up. That does help out my channel so much. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Those are Glitter Fallout. As always, and forever and ever more, you guys are super freaking rock stars. Please make sure you are taking care of yourself in these trying, stressful, hectic, harassing, horrible times. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself. Know that I am giving you a massive hug, and we will somehow get through all of this together. I love you very much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.